Hey YouTube, coming at you with my newest series called What's the Move, as voted on and suggested by a subscriber. Basically, I go over different moves that you can use with the Pokemon and play with both of them to see which one is better. And today we are looking at Diggersby Mudshot versus Quick Attack. And it's interesting because I played with both. I looked at these numbers and I looked at the rankings, and I I guess you're going to see the matchups. I got kind of unlucky in two of the matchups. So Mudshot is, as we know, a very non-hard hitting but super fast energy generation move. 3.6 damage per second, but you get 9 energy per second. With that, you usually run the move of Scorching Sands and Hyper Beam, so 50 and 80 energy. With Quick Attack, I decided just to keep Scorching Sands and Hyper Beam just for a comparison's sake. You may want to run Fire Punch and Scorching Sands. The thing is, for an extra 2.4 damage per second, only giving up 1 energy per second is not it's not a lot, especially with something like Diggersby that is so tanky. It does mean that like on some of these like bigger moves like Hyper Beam, it takes just over 9 mud shots as opposed to taking 10 quick attacks. So you lose the second there, and then you lose a little more on the second end because you still have a lot of energy left over. I guess you only have 1 energy left over there. So it's from on a pay perspective, Quick Attack kind of makes sense, and it actually makes sense if you look at the PVPoke analysis. So I have Mudshot, Scorching Sands, Hyper Beam, and Quick Attack, Scorching Sands, Hyper Beam. You know what I do not have yet? Maybe that'll change it. Let me see if Max Stat Products changes the outcome here, because before it was actually Quick Attack is better, and it is better by 5 here too. So you pick up Diggersby, Gligar, both Gligars again, so you pick up like 1 there, Mantine, Noctowl, Scrafty. So basically you're picking up Mirror Match, and I think what's the most important is you're picking up 3 flyers, and then Scrafty is kind of a weird one that you pick up, but I guess Tackle does a lot of damage there. And then Lanturn, you lose, which makes sense because you're not doing super effective mud shots anymore. You're doing neutral. So on paper, 5 more wins, better average. One thing that you'll basically, I haven't looked at this analysis yet, but what it's going to show is you're going to do better against grass, probably. You're still probably going to lose, but you're going to do better against grass, and you're probably going to do worse against steels and rock. But let's look at that. So like, yeah, even like Carbink you still win, and Bastiodon you still win, but like lower overall sort of value there. In Ghost, right? You're still winning, but you're lowering it on Ghost because your Quick Attack is resisted, but Mudshot is not. Again, anything that's a flyer, you are now hitting for neutral as opposed to being resisted. So that makes sense that you're picking up some flyers. It also makes sense that you're losing Water Gun, Lanturn, and significantly worse than the Spark because you're going from super effective Mudshot to a neutral Quick Attack. Still going to lose the ones you're going to lose, right? Powder Snow, super effective. Counter, super effective. Pick up the flyers there. Yeah, but it's basically this. Like any steel, you're still going to do well against steels because you have the Scorching Sands, which is a really nice, now faster, but a still hard-hitting ground move. But your moves are now resisted, right? Your fast moves are resisted, and it takes just a little bit longer to get to the charge moves. So you're winning some of these still, but you are overall... this Scrafty one is... What is happening here? You're just going straight to Squirt? No, you're landing a Hyper Beam. You're landing a Hyper Beam with a couple HP left. My guess is that if you do not have a Hyper Beam, you are going to lose this matchup. Yes. So it is bait dependent. If you're going to run Scorching Sands, Hyper Beam is baiting a Quick Attack, baiting Scorching Sands, landing a Hyper Beam on the Scrafty to win that matchup. But yeah, here's like a superior, again, Mudshot, Diggersby. You need to get to a Hyper Beam, which this says just go straight Hyper Beam. I'm wondering if this other one is baiting first because the Sims sometimes messes up like this. Yeah, see, this one's saying bait first and then do this. I'm guessing, of course, if the other one's not getting to it, yeah, so this is a fake. This is a fake increase. I guess where you're going to see it the most is in the Zero Shield. So if this was Quick Attack, Hyper Beam, and the Zero Shield. You'll live 1 Frenzy, but the Quick Attack damage does get this pretty low, and you will get to Hyper Beam. So between the Quick Attack damage, will get you to 22. But if it's Mud Shot, you're unlikely to get to 2 still, and you're not going to do that damage. So 44, right? So what's the difference? So 44 with Mud Shot, Quick Attack was what, 20-ish? 22, right? So there is an increase there, which is expected because you're now doing neutral on grass as opposed to resisted Mud Shots. But that's basically it. Some worse here, like Vigoroth. I guess you're just not getting to the moves fast enough, and it's just going to counter and body slam you down ahead of time. So that was it. I used the exact same team as well, just to ensure that I have consistency for this one, because I changed the teams for A9tails, but I think you kind of have to. This one, because it is very so similar, it's okay, right? Mudshot, you're gonna do a little worse against steels and a little better against grass and flyers, right? So that's a trade-off. Let's look at Mudshot first. So this is Mudshot, Defense Deoxys, Gligar. I'm running Rock Slide on Defense Deoxys just because I had it in a tournament with Rock Slide, so I just did not change it when I started these battles. And I'm like, whatever, that's fine. So they get a Thunderbolt off. I'm going to Psycho Boost and bail, probably into a Diggersby. Diggersby is an okay safe swap, because you, even if like the worst case is a fighter, right? But Hyper Beam and Scorching Sands are going to hit any fighter pretty hard too. They're not getting out here, which is interesting to me, because I do have Mudshot here, and they shield, and the attack falls. I'm like, okay, I'm going to shield again. I know their attack lowered, but Surf still kind of hurts. And if they're staying in here, they're clearly weak to this in the back. And no, they're not weak to this in the back. They have a flyer, but they'll let me charge up a bunch here. So I'll get to the Hyper Beam. I'll live an Aerial Ace or Dig. The thing is, I don't think I'll be able to outpace here. So yeah, so I'm going to bank this. And I'm going to CMP because I have an 8 attack Shadow, which is normally higher in the mirror match. So I usually just throw right away on CMP because I feel like I'm going to win the majority of them. Out comes the Lanturn again. I'm going to shield and probably just farm down. They're very low that the wing attacks will be able to farm down. And I'll come up with a bunch of energy for what is in the back. Talonflame. So if I recognize it was a Talonflame, I would have actually done 2 wing attacks, not just 1, because that's just extra damage unnecessarily. So that is how you properly fast move time. 2 attack there. And I'm not going to get to another one, but that's okay. Defense Deoxys is close enough to get to a... I forgot how close I was to a Rock Slide, and I'm like, oh, I got to throw a Psycho Boost, but like I'm at a Rock Slide, so Rock Slide would have KO'd, but I mean, obviously KO because it's double super effective, but Psycho Boost also KOs, so it is okay. Lickitung. Again, this is where Thunderbolt would have been better because you can take it in the zeros with Thunderbolt. I don't think you can take it in the zeros with Rock Slide. So Thunderbolt is the better moveset here. Maybe I'll do a DD1 Rock Slide versus Thunderbolt one day. Thunderbolt's generally the safer one because hits harder. Medicham, you want the Thunderbolt. Rock Slides are better in like niche stuff, like Gligar. It's probably Rock Slides better and stuff like that, but outside of that, you probably don't need it too much. I end up shielding because I'm like, if they have Lickitung, they may have a counter user in the back, so I may want to get Gligar on it as opposed to Diggersby. So I do Rock Slide down. They have a flyer here, so unfortunately, I just gotta. Even if they have a fighter, I'm in a tricky situation here because I can't really bring in a Mudshot Diggersby into a flying matchup. So I just have to come in here, take the first move because I can't go down to the 0 shields immediately. Probably try and CMP. Yeah, let's try and CMP because I know I'm going to win most of them. So they shield. I could live, but again, I feel like I can just like CMP here, get this low enough to maybe Mudshot down. So I try for the CMP. They realize they're going to lose CMP and they get an extra wing attack through. So I am now going to try and catch on them because they're trying to keep this, not trying to get my Gligar to see what's in the back. So I am going to try and keep this alive. And it is a Galvantula, which makes sense because I'm a ground, but I'm actually double ground. So unlucky for you. Get that off. What I could have done, and I actually do it in another matchup, is just go straight Hyper Beam there. There's really no reason. Like I need 2 Scorching Sands, and I will get to it. But I think in most scenarios, you probably just want to go straight Hyper Beam for the nuke there. And now it is low enough that I can actually just Scorching Sands down, and Diggersby so tanky that I live this. So live with 1 HP, get the resisted Scorching Sands, but they are low enough that this will take down. So it's a good Pokemon. I haven't used it much this season yet. It's a good Pokemon. This is where Rock Slide is actually better, because Rock Slide you do super effective, and it's quicker to get to. Unfortunately, not as quick as they are to get to the second, because I'm just going straight Psycho Boost here, and they get to the Dragon Claw before, which is actually killer, because now they're going to like get a bunch of farm on my Gligar. So I just throw in it because I really don't want to take a Dragon Claw here. So get the Aerialist off. What is coming in? Lickitung. I know Diggersby is going to resist the licks. So I just come straight in here. They do have Power Whip though. That's a problem with Diggersby. Yes, resist the licks, but they have Power Whip for super effective. So I just shield the Power Whip. I go Scorching Sands first, and then I end up going Hyper Beam second, because Scorching Sand does not do nearly enough. It's hoping for me for an attack fall. I'm gonna have to eat a Power Whip here, but I will get off a Hyper Beam, and if I remember, they do not shield, and it takes it to like a couple HP here. So Hyper Beam, nice nuke, nice stab nuke at that, and they come in with a Reggie, and this is where Mudshot is significantly better. So getting super effective Mudshots off here. They shield the first one. Attack fall, which is nice. Focus Blast would still take me out, so I'm forcing them to dump their energy on this. They go Focus Blast. I don't know why. I think maybe they don't want to like kill me, and they're trying to do this. They're trying to not kill me and come out with energy so that they can throw a Focus Blast on Diggersby. But they realize I'm going to get to a move now, so they have to dump their energy again. So I'm going to now be able to take this out and then farm down the Lickitung. So I think if they just went straight, I mean, Zap Cannon is also resisted, so I guess both are resisted. Focus Blast and Zap Cannon are resisted, so maybe this went for the quicker move. I think this is the last one here. It's a Water Gun Lanturn, so your backline is double weak to Water Gun Lanturn. So you can switch it. I think you still need a Flyer answers for this, because Diggersby is weak to grass and Defenseoxys is a counter user, so you need a flying type. I use Gligar because it's just the safest, but because Diggersby has Scorching Sands and you have counter for Defenseoxys, you can use a Flyer that just doesn't have anything for steals to otherwise cover your grass weakness. So get the Air Lace off. If I remember, I go Wing Attack, Air Lace, and we CMP. So I'm able to take this out. So take it out. Out comes the Lanturn. I was hoping I can get to a dig. And that just kind of cost me because I cannot get to a dig. And now they get a move off here. So I'm like, oh, crap. So if I got to even Air Lace would have chipped this pretty low that I could have countered down. But now I have to throw the move. So I'm dumping the Ants energy. They shield. I'm just going to go back to back here. And with Mudshot, Scorching Sands, it's not like I have I know they're Water Gun, so it's way better for them. But it's not like I have a bad matchup here. I will shield just because the Water Guns and Surfs will add up. So I'm going to shield one Surf. They have a lot of energy, so I wouldn't be surprised if they get to a second. But it looks like I outpace. Water Gun, again, is slower. I've done that analysis already. So get that off. It is a Beedrill in the back. And this is the one where I'm just like, just go. It's a lot easier when they're throwing resisted poison moves and they're not going to KO you. So it's a lot easier just to get to Hyper Beam here. So get to the Hyper Beam, and this will one-shot Beedrill. So that is Mudshot. Again, most people have played with Mudshot. Quick Attack now. Again, there's no huge difference between the two. You're just doing better against flyers, worse against rock and steel, and better against grass, right? So that's a trade-off. And worse against ghost, because your quick attack is resisted. So in this matchup, I'm just going to immediately chip here, and then maybe go Gligar. Yeah, because Gligar is just generally a safe swap. I do shield up a Shadow Ball because that would really hurt. And they come in with a Scrafty. I think they're double weak to this in the back. But why would you even come in here is my question. Why wouldn't you just stand with the Cofagrigus? I think they're just like trying to save the Cofagrigus for the Defense Deoxys. Which is like okay, but that's a lot of you just gave up a Pokemon there, and I'm still gonna get a move. I think they do shield and take me out if I remember here. Now, question is, do I come? I almost positive I come Diggersby because even though Tackle's resisted, Shadow Claw is also resisted, and it is a Nidoqueen in the back. So this is doing neutral instead of super effective, but I have a Scorching Sand, so it doesn't matter too much. This is not great, but this is where Rock Slide is actually better here, because Rock Slide neutral as opposed to resisted, Thunderbolt, and quicker to get to, and now I can just Psycho Boost this out of here. And they catch on the Defense Deoxys, so I'm going to bank that energy coming in with Gligar because, again, resist counter as opposed to taking super effective from Diggersby. They have a Rock Slide too, so that's unfortunate because Thunderbolt would have been better for me. Go straight Dig. I don't think it's going to KO, but I think it's going to be Dig plus wing attacks as opposed to... I can already see where this is going. It is not going to be wing attack. They're going to get to multiple Psycho Boosts here before I take this down with wing attack. And I'm going to have to shield because even if they lower their attack, I'm still Gligar in the deep yellow, so I have to double shield. So probably should have gone double air release there. I do have 100 energy coming out. But they can just come in. Oh yeah, and throw blind too. Lots of mistakes here. So I should have thrown double areas. I definitely should not have thrown blind. And I come in here. I probably should have farmed up a bit and got to dig and then come in here. Still, I need to keep this move. This is poorly played. So you're not even going to see Diggersby. I mean, Diggersby will have a much worse matchup against Bastiodon here. It's still a good matchup because you are also resisting their moves. But it's a bad matchup now and Quick Attack is resisted, so you need to get the Scorching Sands. And unfortunately, they are going to come with their Grass Pokemon and just light me up here. But this loss is on me. I played this like crap. They have a shield too, so I don't know what I'm doing besides being... Yeah. Okay. We'll dismiss that. DD against Carbink. Again, this is where Thunderbolts would be better, but it's not a terrible matchup. I can just kind of stand here. Counters are doing neutral. Rock Slide will still do neutral. So we'll just chip here. Take a move. Don't take a move? Okay. I could have taken this move. I don't know why I shielded. And they come into Medi. So I'm going to Psycho Boost just to chip a bunch. Because maybe I can wing it. They're going to get to an Ice Beam. That's fine. Ice Punch. I will probably shield. Yeah, even though I'm down a shield. Shielding makes sense here. Because it's going to hurt. I'm going to try and CMP right on Ice Punch to see if they want to get it. What I should have done is thrown one before Ice Punch, because then I could have CMP'd on the second one. But now they get the move out because we CMP'd here, and I'm already over. So I probably should have done that before. Ice Punch won't take out. Almost takes out though. Holy smokes, that does a lot of energy to a Shadow. Get off the second Aerial Lace. Now Diggersby again. Diggersby coming in resisted, and it's another freaking Shadow Vic. Okay. So I'm getting very unlucky that I saw two Shadow Vics with Diggersby. Do get to the Psycho Boost, but we CMP. So these losses are just like kind of unlucky here. And I'm going to be taken down because I do get to move, but it's not enough actually to take it out. So it's slower, resisted instead of super effective, and not enough to take out. So Mudshot probably would have won me the game here, but also not making a couple mistakes there would also have me probably win this game. Live the Moonblast, just do not get to the move. And I'm one short, right? Mudshot, yeah, for sure. Even playing like crap, Mudshot would have won that game for me. So lead here, again, Rock Slide is crap in this scenario. I just go super effective. I expect to shield because this is super effective. I can come either way because they have a Medi in the front. I'm just coming straight Diggersby here. Take a move. Earth Power, you can live obviously with ease. Farm up a bit here. Get to the Scorching Sands. If I remember, the Medi comes back in and tries to farm me all the way down, but it does not work and I get to the Hyper Beam. And this is where Tackle's slightly better, right? Because Tackle's actually doing damage and they're going for the full farm and I still get to the Hyper Beam. So that tackle damage actually puts us in the yellow. I mean, the Hyper Beam puts it in the yellow, on the red. But because that extra tackle damage is basically where the majority of that damage is done, they throw a blind into, which is, again, weird because they know what I have on the lead here. Sableye in the back. Luckily, I have a shield advantage, so I can just wing attack, Air Lace, double shield, and I will come out with a pretty good matchup overall here. Yeah, so the quick attacks, I just did 4. I tried to do like 4 for each. The quick attack here didn't really like showcase its strength, considering on paper it should be way better than Mudshot. So in the end, it's I think it's more your preference and how you're building it. On paper, it should be better theoretically because it does way more damage, but only 1 energy less, and you are actually trading off Mudshot versus quick attack, what you do super effective or neutral or whatever against, right? I mean, you're not going to do super effective against anything, but you will hit neutral on grass. You'll hit neutral on, what else did I say you hit neutral on? Grass and flyers. Sorry. You'll hit neutral on grass and flyers that you would otherwise resist, as opposed to Mudshot, which you're hitting super effective on like steel and rock and stuff that is now resisted by quick attack. So like quick attack is steel resist quick attack, right? So there's a trade-off. Just it kind of depends on like which Pokemon you want. And if you, again, you are trading off, it is 1 full like move slower to get to the Hyper Beam, which those could add up. And same thing with like Scorching. So like you're looking at like 1 to the Hyper Beam, probably another 1 to the Scorching Sand. So that those 2-3 attacks, like fast attacks, do add up in the long run. So just keep that in mind if you're using either or. But realistically, I think either or have play. I think it's just your preference how you want to use it and what you want to go up against, like how you want to use it up against like certain Pokemon. But that is it. Azumarill has also been mentioned many times in the comments. Ice Beam, Play Rough, Hydro Pump. So I will try to pump out that for tomorrow. And then League Turnover. I'm pretty sure it's Halloween Cup. I'm positive it's Halloween Cup for 2 weeks straight. And Halloween Cup is one of the most open cups there. Yep. Ultra League and Great League, Halloween Cup. So stay tuned for top teams tomorrow on Halloween Cup and Great League. But again, mostly Halloween Cup. And there's 2 weeks of Halloween Cup and a Master League next week. So stay tuned for that. I know the rankings are out. I'm just going to I haven't looked at them yet. I'm just going to take a quick look. Okay, you have Carbink, and then you have a bunch of poisons, Golbat, Toxapex, Nidoqueen, Greninja's on there, Mandibuzz. Ooh, now you're getting into weird stuff. Scizor, Pawniard, Overquill, Fortress, Swallet, Shadow T-Tar. There's Charjabug, there's normal Guzzlord and Zweilous, Grimer, Mawile. This is again, that's what makes it kind of unique. You're getting some weird stuff in here, which should be fun. It'll change up the Lickitung, Gligar, Sandslash, and Crew of the Great League. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.